welcome to my kitchen. Today we are taking a true Pennsylvania Dutch classic recipe, raisin-filled cookies, and putting a little bit of a spin on it. We're going to use tart and vibrant cranberries. These cranberry cookies are the perfect way to put a fruity, festive twist on a true classic. Let's get started.
First, you're going to add 1 cup of shortening and 2 cups of sugar into your mixer and cream these ingredients together. Okay, tip of the day, make sure you actually plug in your mixer before you start. It's much easier to mix your dough when the mixer is, doing the mixing. Once that's creamed, add 2 eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla and beat this until nice and fluffy. I grew up in central Pennsylvania, and the raisin-filled cookie was a classic staple this time of year. I'm so excited to share my own spin on this timeless favorite. I can't wait to hear if you made these cookies and how they turned out. Here you can see an up close of the fluffy mixture, and we're ready for the next step. Measure and sift 5½ cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. You can find the full recipe and instructions at thescrambledeggs.com, and I'll link it below. If you don't have a sifter, you can always combine the ingredients in a bowl and whisk them together. The sifter I'm using came from the $1.25 store, so it's a cheap and great tool to add to your kitchen if you don't already have one. I use it for so many things. Sifting the dry ingredients together aerates the flour and removes any clumps, and it creates a light and fluffy cookie. Here we are bringing the mixer back in. You're going to measure out a cup of milk, and you're going to alternate adding your dry ingredients and milk, mixing in between until all your ingredients are added and your cookie dough is smooth. Growing up, I never realized raisin-filled cookies, the cookie that inspired this twist, was unique to my area. I didn't realize it was a regional specialty until much later. So, what's your favorite Christmas cookie? Is it a regional specialty like this? Let me know in the comments. Here's your completed dough. It should stick to the spatula. Add more flour if needed, but don't overdo it because too much flour can result in a tough cookie. Cover the dough and put it in the fridge for a few hours. Next, add 2 cups of dried cranberries, 1 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, and 1 cup of water to a saucepan. Optionally, you can use the zest of an orange. I highly recommend it. Over low heat, stir this mixture constantly until it's thickened. You can see here that if I take my spatula across the bottom of the pan, it separates enough to see the bottom. Remove it from the heat and allow it to cool. Once your dough is chilled, begin rolling the dough out into small portions, about 1/8 inch thickness. Then, using a round cookie cutter, cut out the cookie rounds. Here a few are popping out, so I'm pulling them, but continue cutting the cookie rounds. One thing to note, nothing should go to waste. You can reuse and roll out the scraps. Up next, a dirty cookie sheet, so beware. I've already cooked a few batches before filming this section. Place your cookie bottoms on a non-stick or parchment-lined baking sheet 1 inch apart. You're going to place about 1 teaspoon of cooled cranberry filling to each bottom round. Remember, it has to be cooled to at least room temperature. Mine was actually chilled in the fridge before filming as I made the dough and filling the day before. Then place your tops on each cookie and press around the edges to seal them shut. Once you're satisfied, you're ready to place them in a 400-degree oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. Here we are prepping the next batch. My 9-year-old daughter is trying her hand at rolling, cutting, and assembling cranberry-filled cookies. She did an amazing job. She said it reminded her of Play-Doh. Remember, you can find the full recipe and instructions at thescrambledeggs.com. Here we are, completed cranberry-filled cookies. The cranberries add a pop of vibrant red and sweet tart zing, capturing the spirit of Christmas. They're as special as the season itself. Enjoy!